And now we are reading the statement in English. At the invitation of Rojava Center for Strategic Studies, the International Forum on ISIS, Dimensions, Challenges, and Confrontation Strategies was held in the city of Amuda in North and East Syria. The forum was attended by more than 200 individuals, including politicians, researchers, and representatives of civil society institutions from multiple countries. Over the course of 3 days, the participants discussed various aspects of ISIS terrorism, including political, historical, military, security, cultural, religious, economic, social, and human rights, as well as the issue of women and the prosecution of women through their direct written or visual contribution and discussions. Participants who could not attend also participated in the forum via videos, letters, and messages. The participants appreciated the pioneering role played by the People's and Women's Protection Units, YPG and YPG, and Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, in ending ISIS' physical presence, with the support of the International Coalition Against Terrorism. They also praised the secure and stable conditions enjoyed by the self-administration areas of North and East Syria. We, as the administration of Rojava Center for Strategic Studies, express our deep thanks and appreciation to all the participants and their valuable discussions and questions. We raise our recommendations to the international community. These recommendations are the most important points agreed upon during the forum sessions aimed at total elimination of terrorism and preventing ISIS from reorganizing itself and destabilizing security and stability in Syria, the Middle East, and in the world. Below are the recommendations. First, develop and joint strategy with the coalition and international community to combat security, intellectual, cultural, economic, and social aspects of ISIS terrorism. Second, in order for ISIS not to reorganize itself, there is a need to establish security and stability in the region. This requires support for self-administration in various areas. Third, despite the enormous sacrifice made by the People's and Women's Protection Units and the Syrian Democratic Forces to protect the region and the world from terrorism, and despite the constructive role played by the self-administration of North and East Syria during the years of the Syrian crisis, the lack of participation of Syria's residents in negotiations to resolve the Syrian crisis is a gross injustice against the components of the region, which is a negative factor affecting the issue of security and political stability. Therefore, the concerned authorities and the international powers should involve the political administration in the North and East Syria in the process of negotiation with the adequate representations. Fourth, to find solution to the Syrian crisis and the region, there is a need for a new democratic system that cuts off the sources that produce the extremist organizations. The democratic nation as an integrated system with its dimensions and components is a model of solution and peace project if it is developed. Fifth, the pursuance of Security Council resolutions relating to counter-terrorism and justice, an international tribunal should be established in North and Eastern Syria to prosecute tens of thousands of members of ISIS and their families who are detained in self-administration camps. International coalitions should provide material and logistical support to assist the self-administration in the realization. Six, in terms of the preparations of genocide against women, perpetration of genocide against women, and in order to protect women's freedom and dignity, there is a need for a new political and social system that guarantees the rights of women in all spheres. Seventh, as a result of violence against children by ISIS, it is necessary to view children as a victim of war, rehabilitate them, and integrate them into the new community, into their communities of origin, and protect them by providing a safe and stable environment for them. Eighth, emphasize on the spirituality of the religions and their moral values by highlighting the concept of democratic Islam in the face of radical Islam, the spirituality of Islam and the generality of religion reinforce the moral aspects of societies, and that does not represent Islam. Ninth, given the expose of the Kurdish Yazidis and Yazidi women in Shangal to genocide by Daesh, it is necessary to recognize this genocide by the United Nations and to ensure the rights of the Yazidis in Iraq by recognizing their rights and respecting their choices, which is necessary to protect this authentic people from annihilation. 10th, Afrin is subjected to demographic change and ethnic cleansing by jihadist and extremist factions supported by the Turkish occupation state. It is continuation of the organization of the Mujahideen and Nusrat Front under different names. Therefore, combating these organizations is necessary for the security of the region and the world as a whole. To make the day of 23rd of March, on the day of elimination of the day of International Day to celebrate elimination of ISIS, with the day of the International to celebrate the elimination of terrorism. Rojava Center for Strategic Studies, 8th of July 2019. Thank you.